'twill be in the valley of love and delight, when true simplicity is gained. To bow and to bend we shall not be afraid. To turn, turn will be our delight, till by turning, turning we come round right. 'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight, when true simplicity is gained. To bow and to bend we shall not be afraid. To turn, turn will be our delight, till by turning, turning we come round right. 'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight, when true simplicity is gained. To bow and to bend we shall not be afraid. To turn, turn will be our delight, till by turning, turning we come round right. Till by turning, turning we come round right. Till by turning, turning we come round right.
Om Shanti. We look before and after and pine for what is not. Our sincerest laughter with some pain is fraught. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. The poet is describing the propensities of human mind. We look before and after and desire for all those things which are not existing. There is always an hunger, a thirst for things which are not present. Our sincerest laughter with some pain is fraught. Even if we smile, even if we laugh, there is some pain which is hidden. In fact, our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. That's P.B. Shelley in his poem To the Skylark, written in June 1920. Human mind is caught in desires, the trap of longings, the cage of yearnings, and there is always an eternal, incessant dissatisfaction. We look before and after and pine for what is not. Our sincerest laughter with some pain is fraught. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. In today's Murli, Baba has described what karmatit stage is. How do you define karmatit? He said, just as karma and its mystery is vast, so also to define karma, tit stage, is very difficult because it's very vast. What is karmatit? It is to become free. But then, the most important thing is to understand what is freedom. What is freedom? How do we define freedom? It is not about freedom from something. It's not about freedom to do something. Usually when we talk of freedom, it means freedom from something or freedom to do something. But these are not the real definitions of freedom. To be free is to be ourselves, the natural, what we are. No mask, no exhibition. The free, the pure, the pristine self, unadulterated by any societal conditioning from the madness that is going on in the world. Numerous definitions of karmatit are given in this Murli. Baba begins with bodilessness. That is one of the definitions of karmatit. Karmatit means freedom. Karmatit means to become master. Karmatit means to become free from all the conditioning. No human being can survive without action. Karmatit doesn't mean to retire from actions. Karmatit doesn't mean to turn into a sannyasin and go in the forest. Karmatit is not an escapism. It is to be like the sky. Clouds come and go, and the sky remains untouched. That untouched, pure stage of being is to become karmatit. Karmatit is like a lotus, untouched by the mud. The murky water. Karmatit is like an anchorless boat. To be a master is to be karmatit. To be free from all the conditioning is to be karmatit. To be free from all the waste, all the negative is to be karmatit. To act, but to remain free from the perishable fruit of karma is to be karmatit. To do actions and yet remain uncorrupted by poison of desires is to be karmatit. Whatever is happening is good. The drama is good. To remain in that mindset is to become karmatit. Karmatit is moment to moment awareness. Karmatit is to remain unattached. You listen something, the sound is musical. You love it, but you don't get attached. You taste something, you don't get attached. You see something, the beautiful, the beauteous forms of nature, but yet there is no attachment. To move around in the marketplace of senses and yet remain unattached is to become karmatit. To have people around you and to love them, but you don't possess anyone. You don't claim anyone. That is to become karmatit. Karmatit means bodilessness. Karmatit means soundlessness. Karmatit means to become free from waste. Karmatit means to free from all the conditionings. Karmatit is to return back to your original self, the pure, the naked self, devoid of all the vices, all the negativity. Karmatit is the dance of freedom. It is the highest and the purest form of consciousness. You do, and yet you remain untouched. You enjoy, and yet remain intact. You speak, and yet you are not speaking. You listen, and yet you are not listening. You see, and yet you don't see. You move, and yet you don't move. You walk, and yet you don't walk. You touch, and yet you don't touch. You are in the world, and yet you are not in this world. You are like a guest who comes for 2 days, and he doesn't claim anything. One of the greatest Russian authors, Fyodor Dostoevsky, has written a beautiful story. In that story, Jesus Christ comes back on this earth after 1800 years. He thinks, when I was there, people were against me. They crucified me. They were Jews. And now, half of the world has turned into Christian and they worship me and my churches are there everywhere. Let me go back and see what is their reaction. So Jesus comes back on earth after 1800 years. And he's standing in front of a church. It's Sunday morning and people have finished their prayers. And they see him, oh, this man looks like Jesus. And they gather around him and he is standing there in his white attire. And they say, hey, you look like Jesus. And Jesus says, look like I am Jesus. I have come back again. You are my people. And they say, don't fool us. You impersonator, con man, you have come to deceive us by wearing this clothes like Jesus. You cannot be Jesus. Just go away. But Jesus persists and says, I am Jesus Christ and this is my church and you are worshipping me inside the church. They say, just run away from this place. Otherwise, you see what we do to you. And Jesus says, the high priest is coming from behind. He thinks, at least this priest will recognize me. He's my priest. It is my church. They worship me. And the priest comes. And people inform him that this man claims to be Jesus. And priest says, this man, if you don't stop your nonsense, we will put you behind the bars. Jesus is shocked. Even my priest is not recognizing me. And Jesus is put behind the bars. At the midnight hour, the priest comes to that cell and starts crying, "Oh Lord." Jesus is shocked again and says, "What now?" And the man says, and the priest says, "I have recognized you at that time only. But then, I cannot say it in front of everyone. And why have you come back again? We are the mediums to connect people to you. You are not needed. You are the great disturber. Just go away from here. In your name, we have erected these churches and we have started a good business. What are you doing here? If you come back again, then everything will get disturbed. Better, I request you to go back. And if you don't go back, we will crucify you again. So better, you move away." The priest, the religious people across the world, they worship God and yet are caught in rituals, in conditionings, in ceremonials. For them, everything is a business. Everything is a shop, sanctified shopkeeping. The real purpose, the real goal is lost. Karmatit is the highest form of consciousness, where you move unattached, where you see the world as a playground. You come, you play, and you go away. You don't touch, you don't claim. Karmatit is desirelessness. Karmatit is soundlessness. Karmatit is bodilessness. Karmatit is total freedom from waste. Why this, why that? It should not happen, that should not happen. You are not here to judge anyone. You have come to enjoy this world. So move as if you are a visitor, a tourist who has come to stay for 2 days. You are the guest. So today's Murli. Today is again an Independence Day. So the real independence, the real freedom is this. You free yourself and you free others from your desires, from your ambitions. An ambitious mind cannot be a religious mind. If you have 100 ambitions, how can you think of God and where you have time for God? So come out of those conditioning. The poet says, we look before and after and pine for what is not. That which is not existing, we want that. This wanting, this desiring, this yearning goes against the definition of karmatit. understand your desires. So today's we have also talked about bondage, sambandh and bandhan. Karma should not become a bondage. Karmatit is to remain untouched by karma and its fruit, the perishable fruit. The moment you get attached to any fruit, the consciousness gets poisoned. The venom of desire starts flowing in your veins. So one sentence that describes the difference between bondage of karma and relationship of karma. You are working. It's not that you have stopped working. You work whole day. You serve whole day and yet remain untouched. Your actions are the divine offering unto the highest. Your actions are the offering unto the divine. They are the prayers. So find the difference, and if any difficulty is there, how do you respond to that difficulty? You cannot fight with anything. Karmatit is to enter a war-free zone. All the disturbance is on the circumference. To Karmatit is the process of centralization, coming back to the center, the pure, the fearless, the waste-free, the negativity-free. This zone. And this circle, you work, there are relationships, you do everything in this world. You act, you move, you rejoice, but nothing binds you, nothing touches you. People come and they praise you, people come and they abuse you, people come and they blame you, people come and they cast aspersions on you. Nothing affects, because you know everything is play. The karmic accounts are getting settled. The incomplete stories are getting completed. So why to create new bondage? It is the time to settle all the accounts and not to create new accounts. So the process is lengthy. The destination is far. And yet, when God is with us, when He is our divine supreme companion, the journey should become joyful, a dance, a melody, a song, a symphony. Om Shanti.